G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, as you can see over here, the Kummels have won 36-0 in today's game against Wales. So very exciting stuff for Papua New Guinea fans. Really good win for you guys. I'm super impressed with what you guys have dished out at this World Cup. Now let me so I've got my little cheat sheet of all my notes. So let's go through all of the Papua New Guinea tries. 6 tries, 6 conversions. Shout out to the man, Reece Martin, for another 100% kicking performance. All right, so it started off with a little bit of labour skill. He crossed for the first try. Nixon Putt scored the second when he crashed over. I think that was at about the 11th or 12th minute. Nutlick, please tell me I'm pronouncing that right because that's how the commentators were doing it. If it's wrong, please drop down in the comments how to pronounce it properly. Nutlick scored first. He scored his first World Cup try. Dan Russell scored a tough try there as well. Boy, he had a really good game, old Russ, off the bench. Nixon Putt gets his second try, and then Nutlick scores late in the game off a beautiful Labour kick. The Labour just launched that ball up in the sky. I think it was one of the Evans boys on the Welsh team didn't want to catch it. It was too hard. It was floating around there. Papua New Guinea got the fortunate bounce. It bounced up to Nutlick. He grabbed it and did everything he needed to do to score a try. So very good stuff from the Papua New Guinea side. Few little things before we get to the my top performers. Look, it's mainly going to be talking about Papua New Guinea today. So if there are any Welsh fans, which I doubt there will be, there's really only one player I'm going to talk about for your team. Although I don't know his name, but that big number 8, boy oh boy, he had some damaging runs. Let me just fact check his name because I want to get that right. Anthony Walker. I loved him. I thought he was brilliant today, but I will talk about, in my opinion, your best player in a second. But let's finish talking about the game in general, I guess. I thought Papua New Guinea played well in the conditions. The conditions were terrible. That rain was coming down like you wouldn't believe. So shout out to Papua New Guinea for putting on a good effort like that. The Welsh team also completed around 80-odd%. So they were pretty good with the ball in hand as well. But they just didn't get as much use of the ball as Papua New Guinea. I thought the second half showed a strong defensive performance from both teams. After a 24-0 first half for Papua New Guinea, it was only 12-0 in the second half. I was very impressed with how well Papua New Guinea defended. Their scramble defense on the goal line was terrific there in the second half. And, I think they'll take a lot of confidence from that going on to the quarterfinal against England. What else have we got here? One thing I did notice is, well, look, I love Alex Johnston. I'm a huge Rabbitohs fan, so obviously I love AJ. And he's proved in the past that he can play fullback, but he's an elite level winger. And I think it's a bit of a shame that the Kummels lost Edin Gebe. He had to go back home, so due to injury with Xavier Coates. So both of them, that's huge losses for PNG. So, with them in their team, I think they're beating these teams very comfortably. I also think they would have beaten the Tongan squad as well. But, look, I think the best team would have been Gebe at fullback, AJ and Coates on the wing if all were healthy. That's just my opinion on that one. I know I'm going to get a lot of Papua New Guinea fans agree, and some will probably disagree with that. But, I really like what Gebe can provide. And I think that AJ he's a world-class winger, can play fullback, but his best position, let's be honest, is wing. I think we'll get to this one at the end. I want to just touch on my top 5 performers for Papua New Guinea. Also want to talk about one of their debutants I thought was amazing. But yeah, let's talk about the big performers. So I'm going to give you my top 5 performers for Papua New Guinea, as well as an honourable mention. So we'll start off with the honourable mention. Jeremiah Simbican, I thought he was terrific tonight. Very, very strong carries. He looked very good, so shout out to him. Very good game there for Jeremiah. My top 5 performers, Justin Olam. He was terrific once again. Let me just get his stats up. I think he broke about 10 tackles. So for Justin Olam, he had 174 metres, 77 post-contact metres, 10 tackle breaks, 1 line break, 3 offloads, 11 tackles, no misses and no errors. Very good game there for Justin Olam. Edwin Ipape, he had in only 49 minutes, remember that, 49 minutes, didn't run for as much as he normally would, 38 metres, 1 tackle break, 4 line break assists, 20 tackles, no errors, and he had 4 try assists. I thought he was brilliant. He wasn't my man of the match, but he was definitely up there. Next up, I had Dan Russell off the bench. I thought he was terrific as well. Scored a try, ran 130 metres, 2 tackle breaks, 1 line break, 29 tackles, 2 misses, no errors. Solid game there for Russ off the bench. Reece Martin, another good solid game for him. 137 metres, 55 post-contact metres, 3 tackle breaks, 29 tackles, no errors. Huge performance for Reece. But my player of the game for today is Nixon Putt. 2 tries, 78 metres, 29 post-contact metres, 6 tackle breaks, 2 line breaks, 2 offloads, 14 tackles, only 1 miss, and that's all in just 51 minutes. So huge performance there. You can see what they were doing. They were resting Ipape and Nixon Putt. They only played 51 and 49 minutes respectively, resting them for the England game, and I think that's the right move. My debutant I thought was fantastic was Wessa Tenza. He had 29 tackles with no misses in 32 minutes. Didn't get too much running done, but he filled in there for Ipape, so I thought he was very good. Sherwin Tanabe I thought was quite good on debut as well. Another player, 17 tackles, only 1 miss, so no player on the bench actually had an error. So huge shout out to the Papua New Guinea bench. Before we get back to Papua New Guinea, I want to give a massive shout out to one of the players from the Welsh team off the bench, Connor Davies. In 47 minutes, he had 95 metres, 33 post-contact metres, 35 tackles, which I believe almost topped the tackle count. It did, second to Bailey Entrobus. But off the bench, I thought Connor Davies was amazing. No errors either. So huge game in my opinion for him. Look, there wasn't too much. I thought Josh Ralph was really good at halfback for them. He had 153 metres gained. So this is a halfback, remember? 153 metres, 2 tackle breaks, 1 offload, 17 tackles, no errors, and kicked 192 metres. Was a bit disappointed Reece Williams didn't score a try this World Cup. He's been playing for the Wales national team for a while now, and would have loved to see him cross the line, but it wasn't to be. One more thing I do want to talk on before we sign off here, because this rapid review hasn't been very rapid. I've just been taken back by how good this Kumul side's been this year. I'd say they realistically should be undefeated. That loss to Tonga was disappointing. And while they had their chances to capitalise on some plays, and they didn't do that, I think the ref did not decide that game, but definitely played a part in it. I think Papua New Guinea can beat England. I really do. I think attack-wise and defence-wise today, they've proved that they can they can take it with the best, I reckon. And I reckon they could definitely put a number on England. I think it's going to be a very close game. I do not. I would not be shocked if Papua New Guinea were to beat England. However, one thing I will say, and Papua New Guinea fans, please don't hate on me for this. I've given you guys nothing but praise, so now I've got a little bit of criticism, just a little bit. You guys won't beat England if your discipline was like tonight against Wales. Defensively, pretty much fine. I think defensively you could definitely take it to England. However, some of the unforced errors were a little bit disappointing. If you guys do that to England, they will make you pay. But if you guys can fix that discipline and those silly handling errors, I reckon you guys can definitely take it to England. But that's probably my only real criticism, is a little bit of ill discipline here and there on the attacking end. Defensively, I think you played pretty well perfect tonight. Not too many missed tackles from your guys, and yeah, you didn't let through too many line breaks. So I thought, defensively, you guys can take it with England. I just think some of the handling errors were pretty disappointing. Understanding the conditions were horrible, but in those conditions, England would make you pay 100%. That they're not a team to take lightly, and England turn up even regardless of what the weather is. They're used to that wet weather football, so that'd make you pay. But that's really my only criticism. I do think that Papua New Guinea can beat England. I don't know who I'm going to tip yet. My heart wants to go Papua New Guinea. My head says England is probably still the safer bet, although I do very much think Papua New Guinea can win that game. That's pretty much it, guys. A few shout-outs today to some of the players. Sorry guys, don't know what happened there with the camera. A little bit of a malfunction there, which is strange. That's never happened to me before. But look, I guess this is the best place to wrap it up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please make sure you like and subscribe. I'll try and watch most of the quarterfinals. I don't even know what days have we got here. Alright, so quarterfinals. So we've got Australia taking on Lebanon at 5:30 on Saturday. I will probably watch that one, to be honest. I'll watch that one. I want to try and stay up to watch the Papua New Guinea game, so I probably won't watch New Zealand versus Fiji. And I probably won't watch... the only games I'll probably watch are Australia and Lebanon and England and Papua New Guinea. So I'll do reviews on those ones. But look, I'm not staying up till 2:30 on Sunday morning and then waking up at bloody 5 o'clock to watch Kiwis against Fiji. And then I've got to work early Monday morning, so probably won't stay up to watch Tonga and Samoa. But look, I'll definitely try and get a little bit of content up for you about those games still. I'll watch the highlights to give you guys a little bit of insight on what I thought of what I saw. So guys, that is going to wrap it up from me. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and as always, my friends, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.